Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to find a spot on the ceiling or the wall slightly above your normal line of sight. A spot that requires just a little effort to focus on. And when you've identified that spot, I want you to focus all of your attention on it. Now, as you stare at that spot, allow your eyes to focus completely on it. Notice all the detail of that spot. Keep looking at that spot. And as you do, you might begin to notice that your eyelids are starting to feel heavy. Your eyelids might blink, or your eyes water slightly, and that's perfectly normal, perfectly fine. Keep focusing on that spot. And as you continue to stare at that spot, your eyelids are becoming heavier and heavier still. You might notice that your eyelids feel as though they want to close right down. With each blink, you feel your eyelids becoming heavier and heavier and heavier still, as though there were tiny little weights attached to your eyelids that are just pulling them down, weighing them down, your eyelids becoming so heavy, so tired that you just really want them to close. And in a moment when you close your eyes, close those eyelids down, or when I count to 3, whichever comes first, you'll allow yourself to drift into a deep and comfortable state of relaxation. 1, your eyelids are so heavy now. 2, they're becoming heavier still. 3, close those eyelids down, close them down completely, relaxing completely. That's good. It feels so good just to have your eyes closed. Now that your eyes are closed, take a deep breath in and breathe out slowly. With each breath you take, you're becoming more and more relaxed, more and more comfortable. And you can begin to let any tension in your body just melt away. From the top of your head, down through your neck and your shoulders, down through your arms and your chest, all the way down to the tips of your toes, just allowing your body to relax. Your body knows how to relax so easily, so gently, just letting go, relaxing completely. Now in hypnosis, in a state of hypnotic trance. As you continue to relax, I want you to consider something extraordinary. Right now, in this very moment, you are surrounded by fields of energy. Radio waves carrying voices and music pass through your body right now. Wi-Fi signals transmit data through space, through the space you occupy. Electromagnetic fields pulse invisibly all around you. And you accept these invisible forces because you've seen their effects. You press a button and sound emerges. You tap a screen and the information appears. The invisible becomes visible through the right receiver, the right frequency, right attunement. Tonight, I'm going to guide you to tune into the most powerful field of all, the magnetic field of abundance. This field has always existed, governs every act of receiving in your life, and is waiting for you to consciously align with its frequency. As you sink deeper and deeper into relaxation, let yourself imagine that wealth, money, and abundance are not things that you chase, but frequencies you tune into, as easily as tuning a radio to your favorite station. Let me tell you about a field, the field that governs all things. Scientists have discovered that everything in the universe operates through fields. Gravitational fields hold planets in orbit. Electromagnetic fields allow birds to navigate thousands of miles home. Quantum fields connect particles across vast distances. These aren't metaphors or wishful thinking. They're measurable realities that govern our physical world. But there are other fields, subtle, powerful, and just as real, that operate beyond current scientific instruments. The magnetic field of abundance is one of these. It's the organizing intelligence that governs how resources flow through human civilization. It determines who receives and who goes without. It orchestrates the movement of money, opportunity, and prosperity through the invisible pathways of reality. The field doesn't judge. It doesn't decide who's worthy. It simply responds to frequency, to the signal you're broadcasting through your thoughts, beliefs, and energetic state. Right now, as you rest here, you are broadcasting a signal. The question is, are you broadcasting on the frequency of abundance or the frequency of lack? Are you tuned into the prosperity station, or are you stuck on static, receiving nothing but noise? Tonight, as you drift into sleep, we're going to adjust your frequency. We're going to tune you precisely and powerfully to the channel where money flows freely into your life. In the early 1900s, before radio was a common thing, there lived a man in a small workshop who claimed he could pluck voices out of the air, out of thin air. People thought he was mad. There's nothing there, they'd say. It's just empty space. But he insisted. And he said the voices are always there, travelling through the air. They pass through this room, through your body, through everything. You simply can't hear them because you don't have a receiver. But he built a device, a simple crystal radio. He adjusted the tuning dials slowly, carefully, and suddenly, through the speaker, a voice emerged. Music was played. The room fell silent in wonder. Nothing had changed about the radio waves. They had been there all along. What changed was the device. It became attuned. It matched its frequency to the frequency of the broadcast. And you are like that radio. The magnetic field of abundance has been broadcasting wealth, opportunity, and prosperity your entire life. These signals pass through you every single day. The money you need, the opportunities you seek, they're already there, in the field, waiting for you to tune in. So the question isn't, how do I create abundance? The question is, how do I attune myself to receive what's already broadcasting? Take a moment now as you relax even deeper and remember times in your life when money came to you easily. Maybe you were thinking about needing something and unexpectedly the exact amount appeared. Perhaps a check arrived in the mail or the post, or somebody repaid money that they owed you, or maybe you received a bonus that you hadn't been anticipating. Remember how that felt. There was often a quality of surprise, wasn't there? A sense of, oh, it just showed up. The money just showed up. It wasn't as if you were straining or forcing. You were simply in a state of being, and the money channeled through the field directly to you. That wasn't luck. That wasn't coincidence. That was you, subconsciously attuned to the magnetic field of abundance, even if just for a moment. Think back further. Remember back to the first money you ever earned. Perhaps it was a childhood allowance or a gift on your birthday, or maybe your first pay from a weekend job. Remember holding that money, feeling its reality, knowing you had channeled it from the field into your physical hands. You've done this before, many times. You already know how to channel money from the field. The only difference between then and now is conscious awareness and consistent attunement. So tonight, as you sleep, you're not learning something new. You're remembering. You're reactivating. You're tuning yourself back into a frequency you once knew naturally, the way a child knows how to play before they learn how to worry. And this field governs your life. It's a profound truth. The magnetic field of abundance has been governing your financial life since the day you were born. It has determined all the money you've received and all the money that has passed you by. This isn't mysticism, it's energetic law. The field responds to your dominant frequency. When you were a child, before you learned limiting beliefs about money, you had fewer blocks. The field could channel abundance to you more freely. You asked for what you wanted, you expected to receive, and often you did. Parents would give. Gifts would appear. Needs were met. But then you learned. You heard, money doesn't grow on trees, and we can't afford that, and rich people are greedy. You have to work hard for money. Each of these beliefs was like interference on your radio signal. Static, noise, misalignment. The field didn't stop broadcasting abundance, but your receiver became compromised. You were now tuned to a different frequency, the frequency of struggle, of lack, of limitation. And that's what you attracted. And the field, neutral and responsive, delivered exactly that. You've been living under the field's governance your entire life, but unconsciously. You've been broadcasting random signals, sometimes abundance, sometimes fear, sometimes hope, sometimes doubt, and receiving a chaotic mix of financial experiences in return. But tonight marks a turning point. Tonight you become conscious of the field. You recognize its existence. You begin the process of deliberate attunement. The field doesn't need to change. It never stopped broadcasting abundance. You simply need to clean your receiver, adjust your frequency, and tune in. Everything vibrates. This isn't spiritual philosophy, it's physics. Atoms vibrate, molecules vibrate. Your body is a symphony of vibrations right now. Trillions of oscillations happening at various frequencies. Your thoughts vibrate too. Your emotions vibrate, and these vibrations broadcast into the magnetic field of abundance, creating your point of attraction. Money has a frequency. Abundance has a frequency. And when you match that frequency, you become magnetic to wealth. What is the frequency of money? It's not what most people think. It's not hustle or strain or anxiety. Those are frequencies of lack disguised as action. The frequency of money is a specific combination. Expectation combined with ease. Desire combined with detachment. Intention combined with trust. Let me guide you to that frequency now. And as you breathe deeply, feeling your body sink into a complete state of relaxation, bring to mind something you already have that you love. It could be your comfortable bed, or a person you care about, or some capability you possess. Feel the gratitude for having this. Feel the ease of its presence in your life. You don't strain to keep it. You don't worry about losing it. It simply is. And you're grateful. That feeling right there, that's the frequency of abundance. It's calm, certain, grateful, easy. Now apply that same feeling to money. Imagine money existing in your life with that same ease, that same certainty, that same gratitude. Not money you're chasing, not money you're desperate for, but money that simply flows to you in the way air flows into your lungs. Natural, constant, reliable. Can you feel the shift? That frequency adjustment. You're tuning your dial from the static of struggle to the clear signal of abundance. And here's something else most people don't realize. Your consciousness is actually more receptive when you're asleep, not less. During sleep, your conscious mind, with all its doubts, fears and limitations, steps aside. Your subconscious takes over. And your subconscious is a far more powerful antenna for the magnetic field of abundance. Think of your conscious mind as a filter. It filters out most of what the field is broadcasting because it thinks it's protecting you. It says, that's not realistic, or you don't deserve that, or it's not possible. So the signal gets blocked. But when you sleep, the filter dissolves. Your subconscious connects directly to the field. It receives pure transmission, and it begins to restructure your reality to match the frequency you've set before falling asleep. Every night you sleep, you're either allowing random programming, whatever thoughts, worries, things you've seen on TV before going to bed, they're the things that are setting your frequency. But tonight you can choose, and choose deliberately. As you drift closer and closer to sleep now, imagine your body is becoming a giant antenna. From the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, one long receptive antenna, perfectly designed to channel the abundance that's broadcasting all around you. And the antenna works best when you're relaxed, when you're trusting, when you're in a state of allowing rather than forcing. And sleep is the ultimate state of allowing. There's no resistance. So as you sleep tonight, your antenna is receiving. It's drawing in opportunities, ideas, connections, and resources from the magnetic field of abundance. Even while your conscious mind rests, your subconscious is channeling wealth towards you through invisible pathways. Let me tell you about somebody I know. We call her Sarah. She was a talented designer struggling to make ends meet. And she worked long hours, but her bank account never seemed to grow, never seemed to reflect the work she put in. And she was exhausted, stressed, beginning to believe that abundance wasn't for her. One night, completely depleted, she just gave up trying. She lay in her bed and she thought, I can't force this anymore. Whatever happens, happens. And in that moment of surrender, something shifted. She stopped broadcasting the frequency of struggle and desperation, and in the absence of that interference, a new frequency emerged, the frequency of trust. And that night she slept deeply. She didn't know it, but her antenna had finally cleared. The magnetic field of abundance could reach her without static. And a few days later, she received an email from somebody she'd met briefly at a conference months before. They had a project perfect for her skills. The pay was triple what she normally charged. She almost talked herself out of it. They must have made a mistake, she told me. But something made her accept. And that project led to another and then another. Within 6 months, her income had quadrupled. People started to seek her out. Opportunities appeared from unexpected directions. When asked what changed, Sarah had said, I stopped trying to force the signal and started allowing it to find me. I tuned in instead of trying to create from scratch. Sarah had discovered what you're discovering tonight. You don't create abundance, you channel it. You don't make money appear, you tune yourself to receive what's already there. Now, as you rest in this deeply relaxed state, let's clear any static that might be interfering with your reception. So static appears as limiting beliefs, and you listen to these common interference patterns, and as I name them, feel them dissolving in you. Money is hard to earn. Dissolving it now, like mist in the sunlight. I'm no good with money. Clearing that, releasing, it's gone. Rich people are greedy or corrupt. Dissolving that completely. There's never enough. Evaporating, leaving space for truth. I've always struggled to survive. Cleared away, released, finished. Each of these beliefs created interference with your frequency. They made it hard for the field to reach you, but they're not laws of reality, they're just static. And static can be cleared. As each limiting belief dissolves, you feel lighter. Your antenna is becoming clearer. The signal is getting stronger. You can almost hear it now. The hum of abundance, the frequency of prosperity, broadcasting clearly into your consciousness. Now comes the important part of tonight's practice. Setting your intention frequency. This is like tuning your radio dial to the exact station you want to receive. So as you lie here, deeply relaxed and receptive, state silently in your mind, I am now tuned to the magnetic field of abundance. Money channels through me easily and constantly. I am a clear receiver of wealth. Opportunities flow to me. Resources come to me. I am magnetic to prosperity in all its forms. Feel these words not as wishes, but as statements of reality. You're not asking the field to change, you're declaring your alignment with it. And the field has always been broadcasting abundance. You're simply confirming that you're now tuned in, ready to receive. Say it again, silently. I am tuned into the magnetic field of abundance. Money flows to me now. And again, I am a clear channel for wealth. Abundance moves through me. With each repetition, the frequency locks in. Your antenna aligns precisely. The signal becomes clearer, stronger, undeniable. So as you drift and drift and drift into sleep now, understanding that you're not becoming unconscious, you're becoming more subconscious at a deeper level. Your subconscious is alert, ready to receive the nighttime transmission from the magnetic field of abundance. And while you are sleeping, this is what's happening. Your subconscious is scanning the field for opportunities aligned with your frequency. Like a satellite dish receiving signals from space, it's gathering information, connections, and possibilities that your conscious mind could never perceive. Your energy body is reorganizing itself to match the frequency of wealth. Old patterns are being released. New pathways are being formed. You are literally rewiring for prosperity. Your magnetic presence is expanding. Even while you are sleeping, you are broadcasting your new frequency into the world. People who can help you will feel drawn to reach out to you. Opportunities that match your vibration will begin moving towards you. This isn't passive. This is the most active wealth creation work you can do. aligning yourself with the source field itself. And when you awake in the morning, you might not immediately perceive the changes. The work that happens in the magnetic field of abundance is often invisible at first, like seeds planted at night don't show above the ground by morning. But you will feel different. There will be a quality of certainty, a subtle knowingness. You'll catch yourself thinking thoughts that you've never thought before. You'll feel drawn to actions you might have avoided. You'll just notice things. A conversation, a word here and there, an email, an idea that carries opportunities. This field is working through you. And if you practice this attunement every night, if you listen consistently and just set your frequency before sleep, results will compound. Week by week, month by month, your financial reality will shift to match your new frequency. It can only do it. Money that had been stuck will begin to flow. Income streams will increase. Unexpected sources of abundance will appear. Not because you're forcing or manipulating, but because you're finally allowing yourself to receive what the field has been trying to give you all along. The magnetic field of abundance never sleeps, never stops broadcasting it, never runs out of supply. There is no scarcity in the field, only in our reception of it. Right now, as you settle into sleep, know that abundance is flowing towards you. Money is flowing through invisible channels, seeking someone vibrating at the right frequency. Opportunities are developing, waiting for somebody tuned in enough to perceive them. You are becoming that person, not someday, not when you're ready enough or worthy enough, right now, tonight, in this moment. The field doesn't care about your past financial mistakes. It doesn't judge your current bank balance. It only responds to your current frequency. And your frequency right now, as you rest in the state of deep receptivity, is aligning perfectly with abundance. So, take 3 more deep breaths, but with each inhale, you're feeling yourself drawing in the frequency of abundance, and with each exhale, release any remaining resistance. So, breathe in, inhaling wealth. Breathe out, exhale doubt. Breathe in, inhale prosperity. Exhale fear. And breathe in, inhale abundance. And exhale struggle. Now, imagine a dial in your mind, your frequency tuner. And you reach for it and you turn it gently, carefully, until you hear a clear tone. This is the frequency of the magnetic field of abundance. It sounds like certainty. It feels like ease. It resonates with your deepest truth. You lock this frequency in place. You hold it through the night. So while you are sleeping, you remain tuned to abundance. Your antenna clear, your reception strong, the field transmitting directly into your subconscious. And say one final time with me, I am tuned to abundance. Money flows to me now. I receive easily and gratefully. And then let go. Surrender to deeper sleep. Trust the field is working. The transmission is happening. And you will wake wealthier than you are now. If not in your bank account immediately, then in your consciousness, where all wealth begins. So sleep now. Sleep now. Sleep well. Your magnetic field of abundance is broadcasting and you are receiving. All is well. So good night, and may you channel infinite prosperity